The sound is terrible. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be hard for me to see. Hello. I am experimenting, but it's hard to see my guidelines, so just give me a second. Oh, hello in Idaho. How's it going? That looks pretty good. Good, good, good. Oh, I didn't even realize I didn't even look at the name. Hello. How's it going? Whoops. Didn't skip enough. Let's go one more. Okay, so I here's my experiment, and I haven't really completed my testing yet, but I used my silver reflection, or not silver reflections, my liquid diamond mixture, so like the hollow pigment mixture. I painted that over my coaster, and after that dried, I applied ultra matte Duraclear. So basically, once you add a top coat, it brings the sparkle back to life. Now this one's blue. This one is the same one. But I'm playing around to see like how I can play around with different backgrounds that aren't black without them being, well, I mean this one's black and sparkly, but without them being like pink or like an actual color, just adding pigment on top using the ultra matte, so that I can draw guidelines, because typically when you put a clear coat over something, you can't really draw your guidelines, right? So I'm just kind of playing around. So far it seems to be good, but I haven't gotten far enough to letting the guidelines sit with my design and then trying to take them off later. So it's holographic silver is basically what it is. It doesn't look holographic here because there's matte varnish on top, but it looks like this eventually once it gets shined up. So I feel like we need to do my favorite color palette this time, because why not, you know? Boom. Well, yeah, because this has a matte top coat, that's all. So it definitely dulls it down, but once I put a clear varnish on top, it'll bring it back to life. I need to get my water cup thing. It was good. It was very chill, which isn't a bad thing, but I was struggling to find like, I didn't know what to do with all my extra time, you know? I found myself, like, sitting there at, like, 8 o'clock, and I was like, "I'm ready for bed." What happened to my music? What the heck? Here we go. Oh, well, hello. I keep popping up, huh? Well, that's good. I'm on here every, Tuesday and Thursday night for a couple hours. Oh, I missed you too. Welcome in, welcome to the Dot fam. We just hang out and chat and paint. Oh, it turned out really nice. You wanna see? I did 2 of them. One of them I followed the same color palette for the tutorial that I did, and then while I was kinda waiting for everybody to catch up, I did the second one. They're not varnished yet, but this is the tutorial, and then this is the second one that I did. So I did an all pink one. But I might put something in the center of this one, I don't know yet. So, I'll remove guidelines tomorrow and clear coat it and, you know. Yeah, it seems like, everybody enjoyed it, so that's good for me. Hello, Emberlyn, that's a pretty name. So we have VIP on Saturday afternoon, so that means, we'll probably have to get started on ornaments later this week since we're losing an ornament live. Armani, hello. Hello, Brookie. Well, hello, guys. Happy birthday. It's a little bit harder to see the guidelines over this matte top coat, but we're gonna keep going. Nice. Oh, do you resin your purse pendants? Well, so Saturdays are my ornament lives. I usually get 2 of them, right? But Saturday's VIP. So since we have a VIP tutorial during the afternoon, I don't have my 2 to 5 live. So that means we only have one night to work on ornaments. So, when that happens, I usually pick up ornaments, like on a different day so that I can still make sure to get the goal of 5 of them a week done. Yeah, we'll probably do some plastic ornaments this week. My sister, when I saw her on Easter, she gave me, like, boxes of those ornaments. So, I don't have room for them, so they're just chilling in my trunk of my car right now. So, I've got so many to paint. Hello, hello. How's it going, everyone? Happy Tuesday. I finally got my coffee. Better late than never. Let's see how much I remember to drink. Maybe if I like put it in front of myself. Um, so she doesn't really do ornaments like me. Like she'll do some like cool alcohol ink ones with some vinyl accents, and she'll make geode ornaments as well. Um, but her crafty side, like her she mostly does tumblers, right? And she's kind of trying to get out of that. And she's been super busy. I mean, she has, counting her full-time teacher job, she also like basically she works two other part slash full-time jobs, so she doesn't really have time to do it. And so she was just like, "You want my ornaments?" And I said, "Sure." They're all like that. Um, Most of them anyways that's pretty common. If you like it looks like a little bit like it looks like, hold on, I'll show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because it's glittered, but they all have that little thingy right there. But once you put the glitter in it, you really can't see it. I think that's just how they're made, to be honest. Oh, nice. I'm currently waiting for more resin to come in the mail. I have a ton of things I need to put resin on top of. I just can't right now. Yeah, it's pretty normal. I'm gonna have to like when hopefully we finish this tonight, but I'm gonna have to hold off and wait for you guys for Thursday. It's gonna be hard. Um, but if I get to the point where I can wipe the guidelines off and varnish it, I'm gonna try to wait for you guys because I feel like it would be cool to see. I mean, I pretty much know what's gonna happen, but maybe a little bit of a magic trick. I don't know. It's like whenever you put if you get your nails done, you put the clear coat on top and it brings the design to life and makes it like extra pretty. It's kind of how this is gonna be, I think. Because the matte top coat that I put on top of the glitter or the sparkles is gonna brighten everything back up. I know, these are some of my favorite colors. Well, they probably are my favorite colors to put together. Any variation of like purple and teal, love it. Okay, let's do some swooshes. I did, yep. Yep, so this was just like a plain coaster, and I drew all the guidelines, and now we're just making up the design. So, the reason that I used matte instead of gloss is so that I could draw my guidelines. If you do a gloss varnish on top, your watercolor pencil won't work. So I figured, what if I use an ultra matte varnish and then put a clear coat on top afterwards and it brings everything to life? By it being matte, I can then draw my guidelines and still remove them easily. Oh yeah. What did you What did you make the quilt out of? Well, it's just a theory right now. Um, I mean, I think it's gonna work, but, I haven't, like, officially finished something from start to finish and removed the guidelines and taken it off. My biggest worry is that, I don't think it is for this one anyways, but, like, my worry is you have to wait a little longer before you draw your guidelines because you have a couple extra layers other than your basic black coat. And if I mess up, hopefully it'll be easy to remove, but we'll see. So it was black, Deco Art, liquid diamond, which is the hollow pigment that I like to use on top of on the back of my pieces. And then after that dried, I top coated it with an ultra matte Deco Art Duraclear varnish. So my thought process was it'll mattify the top coat so that it's not shiny anymore so that I can draw my guidelines, but it'll still be easy to remove. And then once I clear coat it, um, this I did with, oops, I did with one of my like other pigments. And then when I just tested it out by adding triple thick on top, like pretend that this had a whole design and everything, you can see that it brings the sparkle back to life. But I can remove the guidelines on this, like I did it on that just to see. So I'm just testing a hypothesis, I guess. I'm doing a little experiment. Ooh, this will help. Yeah. Someone tell her I'm live so she can like swipe out and come back in. Thanks. Yeah, it does kind of look like outer space, doesn't it? Alive. You guys, I told you that my month was gonna be super like busy and stressful. Can you tell? I've been like picking. I hate that. I usually can't with my nails, but I was able to somehow. I hate having hangnails. It's not fun. Sweet. Well, I'll let you know my final verdict once I finish it. I have high hopes, but you never know. I don't want to speak too soon. I mean, it's a nice varnish. Like it would be cool to just use it on top, but I think it would be cool to use it in this way. I know. The good news though is that I've gotten quite a bit of like what I've wanted to do so far this month done. I don't have that much left to do. So tomorrow on my, I'm off, but I'm going to try and write the pattern of the month for May, and then that'll pretty much have the majority of VIP done, minus like the behind the scenes technical stuff that I have to get ready. The projects and everything will be done. Um, I mostly finished my gifts for the dot meetup. I have to wait like another week because I'm still waiting on something. But like the painting part is done. And I finished a secret piece that's done. I need to finish my name tag for my buddy, but that's almost done. Um, a couple other things here and there. Oh, nice. Very nice. Like you can even just get colors. You should try and get the like if you can get the discontinued ones before they're like gone, you should try and do that. It is a square coaster. Yep. We did a square coaster the other day. Um, let's see. Where is it? I need to put resin on it. But like this is the one that I painted the other day on Facebook. So once my resin comes in, I'll be able to put the final coat on. Oh no. So the speckled background is actually this, but I put a matte top coat on top so that I could still draw my guidelines. So we're testing a theory. My theory is that if you wait long enough for everything to dry before you draw your guidelines, you should still be able to remove them just like normal. And then once you varnish it, it brings it back to life. So you can play around with fun background colors without having to paint your coaster like a different color. Like you can keep it black, paint on the pigment stuff, the pigment mixtures that I've been just normally painting with. And then since it's matte, you can draw your guidelines, otherwise you wouldn't be able to. So we're just I'm testing it out. This is the first project that I've actually started with it. Um, I think it'll be fine, but before I tell you guys all that we can do it, I want to make sure you actually can. So, you'll be you need to work fast if you use triple thick on something that big. I typically don't use triple thick on anything like that big or bigger just because it dries really, really fast. So if you go over it a bunch of times with your paintbrush, it'll eventually start to kind of pick it up and it won't be super smooth. So typically I don't use triple thick on that. I'll use triple thick on like 4 or 5 inches, but usually anything bigger I try not to. But if I do, I work really fast and I start in the middle and I just brush out really fast as possible. And I pay attention to how my paintbrush feels on the surface. Like if I feel like it's catching or dragging, then I need to add more triple thick. So you can use Duraclear High Gloss Varnish or Gloss Varnish or Satin Varnish or Matte Varnish, Ultra Matte Varnish. Like you can totally use triple thick. You have to be confident with the application because it can mess up really easily. What's up? Oh, you guys want to see the bee? Yeah, they do. And they're thinner too, so like you can spread them out a lot faster or a lot slower, I guess. You have a lot more work time. Yeah, you can spray them too. I personally don't like using a spray coat because it's stinky, but if you have a good place for it to dry. I finished it today, so it'll get resin eventually. I think it turned out super cute. Little honeycomb. I probably got like 10 plus pieces that need resin, but I'll do it eventually. I bought a gallon of resin this time, so hopefully I won't run out soon. Oh, that was a lot. Thanks. Okay. Because you have all of them, don't you? I think you have all of them or almost all of them at this point. I feel like you've been really, really good about getting the new sets when they come out. Thanks. Oh, yes, yes, that one recently came out. I feel like that's gonna be really popular in October. Oh, yay. That's interesting, you guys get pushed back 2 hours. Huh. We either gain or lose 1 hour here. But I guess it depends on the time of the year because we sprung forward, but we'll fall backwards later on this year, so I know it changes a little bit more for the international friends. Ah, yes. I miss the time when I didn't have a lot of paint colors because every time I went to the craft store, I always came back with new paint, and that that doesn't happen anymore. So now it's just like, "Oh, I ran out of this color, let me go get it again." It's not super exciting because I already had it. That's why I look forward so much to the new colors that Deco Art releases every year. It's why I'm kinda sad that we already got 8 of them last year. We only technically get 4 new ones this year. But like I said the other night, thankful that we get any at all. I know. Oh, no. Yeah, we sprung forward when was it? A couple weeks ago, I feel like at this point. Oh, stop. Just lots of practice, that's all. Hello, hello. What's up, Gran? Hello, hello, hello. Branch, branch. Did you get auto corrected? I know. It's gonna be really hard. As I was about to go like this, but we'll leave that negative space for sure. Okay. So I've always just skipped. So I have a tool that I use for my guidelines. Don't look at this part right here because I just accidentally drew the wrong space. But the tool that I use, I just skip. I'll show it to you in a second. I just skip every other like hole Um, and it's basically like, um, it's enough space where I feel like I don't have to make a jump to the next guideline if I'm using the guideline as like an anchor for part of my design. Which I don't really use them as much for that kind of for that as I do just to help me kind of keep my design symmetrical. Um, I actually was not a guideline person until a couple years ago when I started teaching. I was like, well, I've got to start to use guidelines if I'm going to be teaching people how to do this. So I just always skip every other and it works well for me. And so I don't want too many lines because then I feel like it's just busy and hard to see what I'm doing, but I don't want too little because then it makes it harder for me to anchor certain areas. Oh, like these ones right here? Or you're talking about this right here? These ones? The straight ones? This is ceramic, uncoated ceramic coaster, Judy. The lines are offset, like they're not meeting corner to corner just because I used a different guideline stencil. That's all. So typically to find your center on a square, you would typically match the corners, right? And then you would do your perpendicular lines. I didn't this time. And all I did, which I cheated a little bit. I took this and I just put it on here and centered it. I looked right here, 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 and here. And I just moved it until I was like, yep, that's the center. And then I drew my guidelines. And since this splits into 12, they're not actually going to hit the corners. That's all. Judy, it's liquid diamond. It's this stuff, but I put a matte top coat on top, an ultra matte top coat, so that whenever I apply the final top coat, it makes it sparkly again, but I want to still be able to draw my guidelines. So I put an ultra matte varnish so that I could, you know, still draw my guidelines. They don't. Well, I have coasters. You're in VIP. I have coasters in the VIP section. They might be sold out. Let me know if they are because I have to put more in stock. But I've been posting them for you guys. I don't have the square ones, but I could add them, I guess, if I wanted to. But I put the round ones up since we're gonna be doing coasters in May's VIP. So, oh no. Well, it was a pretty easy VIP. We finished a little early, but it was still fun. We had a good time. Yeah, you're welcome. I know, cause mine that's right over the hill for me, they don't have coasters anymore. They might have some square ones, but I wasn't interested in them. I got all the round ones that they had, and then, last week when I went to I think it was last week, when I went to Sally's to go get some hair dye, there's a Dollar Tree, like, right there, so I decided to stop in to see if they had any more of, like, these for my paint, you know? And while I was there, I also checked and they had a bunch of coasters and I stood there for a second and I said, let me grab a couple square because I definitely prefer the round ones, but I thought I'll grab a couple sets of the square ones. I actually have. I haven't had any issues since. but I am cautious, when I'm, like, pulling in and getting out of my car and going back in my car after I'm done. Oh, no. I'm sorry that happened. Little bit of whiplash, maybe? No, I got a few. The Dollar Tree that's not near me, but, like, close-ish to me, they had a few. I grabbed 4 of them, and now I have some extra space, so I'm good for now. You can hear me now. Did you hear me tell you why it's speckled? I gave myself whiplash when I was in college from slipping on ice. It was not fun. I was not happy about it. I know, right? I mean, you don't even you haven't even seen my paint store. These are all my backups. And there's even some like back in there and those are all too deep. Lots of paint. Yeah, I was like a turtle on my back. I was walking back from class and it was like it had like sleeted over all of the snow, so everything turned to ice. And and I had a big like bulky backpack because I didn't feel like going back to my apartment between classes, so I had everything. And I was walking in the road because the sidewalk had frozen over a bunch of footprints, so it was, like, super uneven, and I was like, "I'm definitely gonna fall if I walk on the sidewalk." And I slid on slush, and I fell backwards on my back, but my backpack kept me from, like, hitting the ground, so my neck went backwards, you know? Super embarrassing because someone was stopped at the stop sign in front of me, and they saw the whole thing and, the whole, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And I'm, like, soaking wet and just embarrassed. So they come in different colors. Currently, the ones that I feel like we can get are these iridescent ones. Sometimes there's, like, they're either green, blue, purple, pink, teal, there's a bunch of them, but the ones I've seen most recently are see-through, which that doesn't bother me, I don't care. But they are the Jot, iridescent pen holders. They're 3 by 3 by 4, and it fits 4 bottles of Deco Art paint literally perfectly, like, not too tight where you can't, like, pull it out, right? But that's how I've been making my paint wall, and I just feel like it's super satisfying and it's easy to see my colors. I do need to reorganize it, but I'll get to it eventually. I know, I'm gonna have to make sure all my paint's good. I actually did inventory the other month, and I, like, shook up a bunch of colors, and everything seems to be okay. Oh, yeah. I've had my paint like this for quite a few years. In fact, when I posted a TikTok about it, like when I first did it, it went viral. And I just feel like I got a lot of hate in the video in the comments because people were like, "Oh my God, you spent so much money." And I was like, literally, you would spend so much more buying the other fancy paint holders off like Amazon or if you went to Michael's or at the time Joanne. And I can fit hundreds and hundreds of bottles of paint. Um, and I paid less for all of those than I would have for something that wouldn't have held as much. Yeah, I just stack them up. Um, I hot glue them together so that, they're not permanently stacked, if I need to rearrange, I can. But I like to hot glue them together so that they don't fall over. Now, the weight of the paint kinda keeps everything together. And I push this up against a wall, so, like, it's not going anywhere. But yeah, this has been my favorite way to, you know, have my paint. And it's the most like, I don't know, like I have to go up with my storage because I have a very small space. I don't have much wall space. I mean, I have like a corner desk and it's all like closed in. So this works for me. I mean, even if I was somewhere else and I had like a flat table against a wall, I probably would still have my paint like this because I like it all in front of me so that I can see it. But yeah, the PVC thing is really cool. I'm not crafty like that. I don't I don't have the ability to do all of that. But yes, that's very handy as well. Mhm. And when they're all, like, organized by color, they look a lot better. I'm just running out of space. I'm a little biatch. I don't have, like, the best grip strength. Um, I'm also impatient. Like, I went to Home Depot for something, and I had them cut some PVC for me, and, yeah, it looked like it was annoying, and to have to cut hundreds and hundreds of them. Yeah, I just use hot glue. Just hot glue because I can pry them apart very easily, just enough to keep them from sliding around. I just do like a little squiggle of hot glue, and then the weight of the paint holds everything else together. But if I need to move my stacks and put them somewhere else, I can. Yeah. When I first started, I had one of those craft carts that I filled up with paint, but eventually I got too much paint and I didn't like using the second layer for paint because I felt like I couldn't see the colors as well. Oh, I hate. Well, there's some tedious work that I'm okay with, but something like that, yeah, I'd get over it really fast. Thanks. Do, 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 do. What do I want to do next? Let's do. Oh, what color is that? Cross stitching is actually pretty fun. My mom taught it to me when I was younger, and I hyper fixated on cross stitching for a little bit when I was like in middle school, I think. It's fun. I can see that. Did you did you put it up against like a wall or were they just kind of, because mine, as long as you push it up against a wall, it stands nice and straight. Oh, on linen, I didn't read that part. Yeah, that's probably a lot harder than your typical cross stitching. Yeah. Wait, hold on. You mean hologram extreme glitter? Yeah, you want something pretty sturdy. I'm sitting here trying to think how I wanna do the end. I think I wanna put a seashell here again, but I don't know. Oh, yes, yes. That's what I'm using. Mhm. See, I'm pretty sure that's how I did it too, was I counted, and that sucked, but it was fun. It definitely took a while. Yeah, I feel like they'd be a little confusing. Ugh, I have hiccups now. My goodness. This one? That's a fan. Hello. What's going on, Wanda? Yeah, the fan. I think that's too, yeah, that's too small. I was trying to think if I wanted to do dots here, but if I did dots here, I don't think this would fit. So just at work. That's boring. That's boring. I'm sorry. But at the same time, I need to leave some negative space for once because we need to see how this um clears up, you know? Boo work. I hope I have enough room for this. I guess we'll see. Oh, it's like lacy. So matte could work. Now, the thing that I've kind of learned with a matte, oops, I slipped. The thing that I've learned with matte is that if you if you use too much, it dries more satin. So I actually haven't tried drawing guidelines on it, but I bought this because I knew that sometimes my matte didn't actually dry as matte as I wanted it to. So I figured let's give this a try and see how it works. right. Let's try and wipe this off. I may have waited too long. It's actually removing pretty darn easily. Don't want to use too much water though. Oh wow. That's actually pretty darn simple. Okay. Cool. That was so easy. It is a brush on, the Ultra Matte. I got a little 2-ounce bottle of it the last time I ordered from DecoArt's website, just to try it out. And I've been pleasantly surprised. I know, I know. I'm sorry. I just, I feel like I have decent ideas sometimes. I placed like a hundred and some dollar order the other day on DecoArt because I needed a bunch of triple thick and Duraclear and all that stuff. And while I was at it, I was kind of going through some of the other varnishes and stuff that they had, and I was like, oh, this might be nice. Kind of wish I got an 8-ounce bottle, but I mean, I don't know, maybe not, because a little bit goes a long way. I've used it quite a few times, and I feel like I haven't even made a dent in the bottle. I think this is really pretty. I'm excited for like top dots and stuff. Ooh, it's hard to hold this. Okay, Galaxy or Aquarius. Those ones are some of my favorites, but they're kind of similar-ish. Um, so I'll one or the other, I guess. Amethyst and hmm, it's hard. It's hard to pick favorites. Hmm. I mean, magic is pretty freaking sick because it looks different over black than it does on purple or white. It's like that one has like the most dramatic difference. Yeah, if we have time, we'll start maybe doing this one tonight. I don't know. Need to dry off my little seashell. There we go. It is 10:30 at night. Oh, no. I can't post my TikToks anywhere because I listen to music. So, it silences me or I get a copyright strike if I try and post it anywhere else, unfortunately. Yes, I talked to Stormy. Yeah, it's not available yet, but hopefully in the next week or so I'll do pre-orders. Yes, I talked to Stormy. They have been busy. It looked like they were at some national park today, and I think they're going to Hobby Lobby tomorrow. But Stormy says they're having way too much fun and time is flying, and she I don't know if Dory's in here, but she said, "Can Dory make a time machine?" And she said that they're going to Hobby Lobby tomorrow, or they haven't gone yet. And I said, "Good, so you can just wait for me." And she was like, no. Nope, she wants to go tomorrow." And I was like, "Well, then you need to take some really good content, take a really good video of her first reaction to Hobby Lobby since we're not going to be there for it." But yeah, she's been taking pictures and having a great time. I'm like super excited for the end towards the end of the month, but I also am like, okay, it can take its time because I know it's going to be over really fast. So, I know it's going to be so fun. Hello, hello. Mm, I'm trying to be okay with this negative space because I know that once I remove the guidelines and everything and apply a glossy varnish, I know that it'll brighten everything back up, but and I want to see the sparkle, but it's really hard. It's really hard. Yeah, it's gonna go really, really fast. I know. I'm trying to just remind myself it's gonna be cooler than how it looks now once I get everything varnished. Right now, it just looks a little boring. It looks a little like speckled, but it'll be holographic. It'll be a holographic silver. Like, I don't know if just putting like a little streak of water over here kind of gives you guys a little, no, not really. It's soaking it right up. Well, anyways, it'll be fine. All right, let's get some top dots on here. Whoops. Hello. Started tapping, nothing was happening. I know, it's kind of annoying, isn't it? But if you hit the big like button up top, it'll help. Not quite the same as tap, tap, tapping, but you know. Oh, stupid paint bugger. Just maybe push him a little bit. Ah, need to add like a medium to this purple. She's a little thick. Oh, I can't reach. What's going on, Mr. Kitty? Did you guys hear that? Okay. Oh, thank you. What'd you get? What'd you get? Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Pigments. I forgot. Yes. Did you pick the ones I told you, or did you go and choose something else? It's so nice, isn't it? Galaxy and Aquarius are fun. If you mix the two of those together, even more fun. I'm gonna add sparkles to some of those swooshes and stuff down there, but just getting some top dots, which might be stupid. I should probably just work my way out, but oh well. This music makes me sleepy. Okay. Oh, you can't hear it? Yeah, I don't know why sometimes you guys can hear the music on here and other times you can't. Doesn't make any sense. Oops, sorry. Okay, we're gonna do, yep. Okay, I like that. So we're gonna do this on here too. Actually, I think I'm gonna completely cover these. Make them sparkly instead of just doing a line. Yeah, because why not, you know? Oh no. I hate when that happens. Yeah, when Toby lays on me, I don't want to get up, but like eventually my legs start to really hurt and I'm like, "Oh God." Yeah, I hope to get my resin soon. I have quite a bit of stuff to resin, so um I'll save some stuff for here. Hopefully I get it on Thursday or by Thursday. That would be ideal. Because I'm not sure if I can wait till Tuesday. Um, but typically if it doesn't flow over, but it leaves that little bit of a gap, I guess, not gap, but you know what I mean, along the edge, you just need to do a second coat. Typically, I almost always have to do a second coat. Now, I do have a little bit of like a cheat method that works half the time, and it really depends on how leveled my surface is. But typically what I'll do is I'll push the resin all the way up so that it kind of like makes like a little, like if you picture a bead of water sitting on something but not flowing over, that's kind of what I look for. And then so I'll do, say I have four coasters or four ornaments, in my container that I'm like resining in. And if I have a little bit of leftover resin after I get the resin on all four of them, I'll go back and I'll just top it off ever so slightly on all four of them. I'll just use up the rest of my resin or most of the resin that I still have left. And it gives it a little bit more of a dome. And so as long as my surface is completely level, which isn't all the time, sometimes I can get away with one coat, but I almost always have to do a second coat. And I have to do some cleanup around the edges sometimes. I don't mind if it drips. That's just kind of what happens. Um, so I don't stress if I have to clean the drips off because I've kind of figured out how to do that too. Oh, yeah, that is lucky. I have been like I'll get some from them on their website. But like I hate spending like I know I can split it up into 4 payments, but I just hate spending money on resin even though you have to if you want good quality resin. So what I've been doing is I've been going to Hobby Lobby and just grabbing the smaller thing of it. But like I'm also like when you buy it from Hobby Lobby, you're paying for the gloves and the packaging and all the other stuff that comes in that beginner kit and like I don't need that, you know what I mean? I just need the resin. So I just was like, let me just buy a gallon and I'll have it for hopefully a couple months at least. And it's really not that bad and for a gallon. It's just I hate spending more than $100 at once. I don't know why, I just do. Well, it does happen, but you have to work slow. Um, I always just go into it knowing like it's probably gonna drip on the second coat. That's just what happens. And it's pretty easy to fix afterwards. You just need to make sure that your resin is cured enough so that if you touch the surface, you're not gonna leave a fingerprint or anything. I know. It is. And that's why I just finally was like, "All right, fine. Let me just buy a gallon." I think to make it worth my while, I think I also got some UV resin because my luck, I'm gonna need UV resin soon and I should have just bought it. So I think I grabbed some UV resin. They're square, but which reminds me, I want to actually get some square coaster cork bottoms just to have them on standby. Because sometimes if I get drips with these, it ruins the cork on the bottom, so I have to tear off the cork and apply a new one. Um, but oh well. Yeah, this it's square. Thank you. I love a blue and purple combo. It's so pretty. Well, green is technically my favorite color. I'm drawn to teal and blues more recently in life. So I mixed this pigment, this one that I'm using right now. It's gonna be the new ones, but I mixed two colors. I mixed a teal one and a purple one together, so it'll flash both colors, which is gonna look cool because it matches the color palette. I feel like I should have added it. Oh well, we'll keep going. It's fine. Oh, that was almost bad, but I think we avoided an issue because of the negative space that I left. That was scary, right? So, do you see a little bit of it's kind of hard, but if I go like blurry, you can maybe see a little bit of that purpley pink. But it's a little bit of both. But they're iridescent pigments, so they're not like super in your face, but they are very pretty. You can see it more over black, but hey Tracy, how's it going? The only thing about using resin on these is that I can't do the half back pearl in the center of these. I mean, I can still do white or something, but I like doing the little half pearl. But if I did that, then the resin wouldn't sit properly. Uh, So it's 10:52 right now. It ends at midnight, so just a little bit over an hour to go. Thank you. But what's nice about my YouTube lives is that they save, so you can always watch them later too. It's not that it wouldn't stick. There's two things. One, they might stick through the resin and then that ruins that like perfect glassy finish and it might be a little weird for something to sit on top of it. Um, or say maybe the resin did cover them. It ruins that it ruins the look. Like they don't look like pearls anymore. It makes them look flat. So you don't get any dimension. It's like if you were to put resin on top of rhinestones, they basically like disappear into flat metallic dots. So it would stick, it wouldn't look right. I learned that the hard way, like when I was first starting and getting into resin and stuff. I rhinestoned something and then I poured resin on top and um like I knew it was gonna cover it, but I didn't think it through. I didn't realize that it was gonna just completely the rhinestones didn't look like a rhinestone anymore. Thank you. Yep, exactly. Mm, I don't know if it would look cool as like a pearl, but I mean I usually do like a white and then I'll top coat the white with like an iridescent kind of color. I think that's what I did with the last one, where I did, well, where is it? It's here somewhere. Let's see. I think I did white and then I topped it with maybe the blue iridescent or maybe purple. Oh yeah, I think I did purple. So like it kind of looks like it has a little bit of like a roundedness to it. Because I made them kind of sparkly. It's so hard to see. There we go. Look at that pretty coaster. So beautiful. And look how that sparkle shines when you put the resin on top. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Look at these bubbles. Look how nice those bubbles look. Oh my god. So freaking pretty. Look at that. Oh, so beautiful. Right, exactly. Yeah. I don't want to mess with that. It's a stunner. All right. Let's see. Oh, I didn't. I was concentrating. We'll do it to the purple too, but I just applied that top coat, so I'll let that dry. Maybe we'll do a white dot in the center too. Let me look, Rosie, 1 second. Oops. Oh, wow. Look at all them. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, was that why you asked me what colors I used? Was that you? I think that was you. Didn't I just say whatever? It's fine. It's okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. They're very nice. All right, so we're gonna set this aside. Well, wait, hold on. Almost there. We need a little bit more sparklies, just a little bit, and then we'll set this aside and we'll start a new one. This is boring. It needs a little bit of shiny. Doesn't look like it does much, but it'll show more under the resin. So never such thing as too many sparkles, you know? I can show you in a sec. So what, you said that they were for family, right? It's a coaster. Yep. Playing around with the squares. I only have a few of the squares because I'm definitely more a fan of the round, but I snagged a few squares after I walked past them a few times. I finally was like, okay, fine. Let's get a couple of them. So Rosie is working on those. Okay. I know that I kind of varnished on that already, but we're just going to pretend that that's not there because who cares, you know? We at least know. Whoops, you didn't even see that. We're going to pretend that I didn't do that because we'll do that eventually. It's not going to mess up my paint job or anything. Just a little sneak peek as to what it will look like once I remove. No, the ribbons. Ooh, sorry. That sounded not so great. Oh, we're zoomed in, huh? Yeah, okay. I was like, what's going on? Coffee break. Okay. Let's keep the same color palette, because why not? No, they were wood pieces. It's very hard to see these guidelines. That's the only downside, but, you know, it's fine. That's very nice. I'm sure they'll cherish them. Yeah, if you tip it, you can see it just fine, but you oh, well, I guess you sort of can see it. They definitely are easy to see when you go like that, though. I know. You need better lighting. I know it's easier said than done. I don't have really any trouble with the etched ornaments from, like, how much light I have in here. Like, I can see them really well. But if I go into my living room and paint on my couch, yes. And, I applied a matte top like a super matte top coat so that I could still draw guidelines. So that's why I have that little piece right here. I put a little bit of Duraclear on it last night so you can see that it brings back the sparkle. This will probably get turned into an ornament. Oh my gosh. 19 people, that's crazy. Does it run in your family? Yeah, I have 3 different lights here. So I have, like a little LED desk lamp that's kinda sitting at the top of my desk, kinda looking down. Um, and then I have, like, this half moon LED light, but what gives me the most light is, so I have a my desk is kind of like a little corner, but it's boxed off. So I have LED strip lights running up, around, and then back down the other side, and it kind of makes this like a big light box pretty much. Oh, no. So yeah, the more light you have, the better. Or like the closer the light is to you, you might not need as much light as I have, but mine's just super bright. So this one is one of the new ones. It's 2 of them mixed, so they haven't come out yet. Pre-order will probably be in about a week or so. I wanna get, my decals out, so that I, don't have as many orders, that I can't fulfill because 'cause I'm waiting on stuff. But it is, over a black base, so these ones are I'm calling them the opal collection. So basically, they're white, but they shift different colors. So this one is the dark blue and the teal mixed together, and it basically looks like a fire opal, and I love it. I think it's so pretty. I don't know yet. Maybe. Probably. I don't know. I'm sure I have a purple and blue one, so I'm not even trying to match colors. Mm, my friend got it for me, so I try and use it. What do you think? I think so. Well, hold on. There you go. I think it helps a little bit. Hi. A royal blue. So this is a current one, and this is what it looks like over black. It's like a indigo blue. There's a little bit of like a maybe like a purpley to it. And these ones already exist. Let's see. This one, Poseidon. It shifts mostly blue, maybe a teeny bit teal, but it's mostly like blue. Cosmic's more of like a purpley blue. Let me see. Where's the other? Do I have the Oh, okay. So these are the new ones that I haven't dropped yet. So there's that one. So I mixed this one and this one to get this one, which goes like blue, teal. Well, more of a teal blue. This goes like teal to like a green teal to like a blue teal. But when these two are mixed together, it makes more of a blue. Thank you, Heather. So I just don't. Rosie does, and so does Jeanette. Uh, I was like, oh, what comment is hidden? And then I was like, oh, some people, man. Yes, she is safe and sound. They've been having a great time, and they're going to Hobby Lobby tomorrow, which I'm a little jelly. A little bit jelly. I got a picture from Stormy today of them. It looked like they were at a national park of sorts. She was taking pictures. The comment said something like, I'm sleeping naked tonight. Like, cool. Good for you. Hey! No, I know. I wouldn't expect her to wait. She'd have to wait like a full like 3 weeks without walking into a Hobby Lobby. Oh, Spinella's beautiful, I know. right? Like, what good is that information? Like, I don't need to know that you sleep in your birthday suit. I mean, it's more common than I think a lot of people think, but why announce it? What's the point? I keep seeing, I keep seeing an ad. Maybe it's because I watched one of the videos and now it keeps popping up on my For You page on TikTok. But it's this like super, super soft looking blanket. And I can't help but think like, wow, that would be so nice to just like lay in there without anything. That'd be so soft. Probably hot as frick though. Right, exactly. Oh, yes. Yep, those are the perfect pigments for a hummingbird. I sleep better when I'm cold. If I'm hot, I can't sleep worth shit. Hmm. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's definitely scary. So, like, I don't completely, but, like, mostly, and sometimes, like, there's been a couple times when maintenance has knocked on my door, and, like, this scramble that I do to, like, slam my bedroom door shut because I don't think I can get pants on fast enough, you know? The one time, like, I was fast enough, but they, like, I wasn't fast enough to let them in, so they came in, and I'm like, "Hi, I'm in my bedroom, I'll be right out," and they were like, "Oh, sorry, did I wake you up?" Like, "Kind of, but it's fine." At least they knocked. Yeah, if my feet are hot, I can't sleep, so most of the time I end up just kicking the covers off. This is gonna be pretty. Oh, my allergy medicine is not working tonight. Oh, my eyes are so itchy. Whew. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I bet that looked really pretty, Rosie. I bet that looked super, super pretty. But Jenny, that's really scary. So I used it's going to be one of the new pigments, so it hasn't come out yet. But I mixed two of them together. I mixed a teal and like a dark blue together, and eventually it'll look like this. Because we don't have that yet. So, but it has a super matte top coat on top. And so eventually I'll, brighten it back up with a glossy top coat, but I wanted to drop my guidelines. I know. I couldn't help myself. Oh, that sounds fancy. When we were bed shopping, like we got a Tempur-Pedic and they had the cooling one, but we couldn't justify an extra, like, 1,500 to $2,000 easily just to get the cooling version, or the extra cooling, I guess. We keep our apartment pretty cool, and, I mean, if I'm cold, I just put on a sweatshirt, you know? What the hell? Did you know him at all? Or just some random drunk guy thinking maybe his house was yours? That's crazy. That sounds like a drunken, like, thinking his place was your place kinda thing, but still terrifying nonetheless. Yeah, you're like, "Try me." Interesting. Water on top of the mattress. Oh god. That's so scary. Well, good thing he passed out and ugh, for sure. Man, that's scary. Oh, no. Yeah. Chaos happened across the street. Uh-oh. I was hoping things kinda died down for you. Interesting. That is pretty cool, though. I've never heard of that. Mm, I guess we'll use blue. Ah, damn it. I hate when I overdip. Thanks. This is one of my purse pendant designs that I came up with, a couple months ago. and I was like super happy with it. So I'm just trying it on not a purse pendant, but since it's the same size, the design should work, and it seems like it is, which is nice. I think we have to fix that fan. That was a little crooked. Yeah, so the whole thing will look like that once everything dries and I remove the guidelines. And then I'm also gonna put resin on this because that's gonna make it like super pop. But I'm super excited. So this one will be, it's too small to be a coaster, so it'll be an ornament. I'm gonna do something that I don't normally do because typically if I add something in this, like a cabochon in the center, I don't do resin, but I am gonna probably do it and then glue it on later and see what happens. Unless I decide to put something else in the middle, which I technically could probably just do a flower center right now and kind of just like what I taught. Damn, that one sucked too. It's because I waited too long. Hold on. Third time's a charm. Um, oh, I guess not. Hold on. I was focusing on my fans. Hold on. Even though it's a matte top coat, it makes removing mistakes super easy. Oh yeah. I could see how that works really well. All right, let me dry this tool off, and in the meantime, let me see. Rosie. The father figure ended up cutting up the mom's debit card, and it led to, oh geez. So the popo came. That family. I feel very bad for them. The poor family. Hello. There we go. Thanks. I'm going to flip my napkin really fast because I'm making my tools very dirty. Time is it? 11:26. Yeah. Definitely can't wait another half hour without flipping the napkin. The mom? Oh, that's really sad though. Aw. Let's do this. I know, right? Oh, look, I closed a ring. Hell yeah. Oh gosh, that's so sad. Oh yeah, I'm sure. And there's no clocks in casinos, right? So she probably, either forgot the kid or didn't realize how long she was in there. Oh man. Well, that is unfortunate though that the kids got taken into CPS, but maybe it's for the best. Really? Damn. Sad. Ugh. Yeah, it's for the best. Even if the kids don't think so right away, they'll hopefully realize eventually. So obviously I'm not doing a little like cabochon in the center. I decided to just do a flower center, but it's fine. All right, guys, I need your help because my days are kind of bleeding together. Like I know it's only Tuesday. Last night, did we do ornaments? What did I do last night? I did not. I had leftover lasagna and some garlic bread. How many did I do? Do you remember? I think it was the bee, right? Because I'm trying to count how many ornaments I have done so far this week. One, and then two with the bee. I can't remember if I did any others. Oh. Sometimes you just can't, you know, you have all the good intentions. I went to the grocery store yesterday and I forced myself to meal prep because I knew if I didn't and I didn't cut up my fruit and my broccoli that I wouldn't. And then I made like lunch for the next couple days because I knew that if I didn't do it yesterday, then I probably wouldn't eat well. Yeah, I'm like trying to think. Like we did more than just one ornament. Oh wait, we did the ladybug, didn't we? We did the ladybug ornament thing. It was like it's one of these, and then I decided to mess around with the top coat. So I prepped three. We did one, and then we did the bee, and we finished the butterfly coaster, I think. Okay, so we have two ornaments, three ornaments out of five, which is great. So maybe we don't need an extra ornament live this week, and we'll just, do two of them on Friday, and it'll still be good, or on Saturday, and it'll still be good. Yes, that's right. I don't know the count right now. I have most of the ornaments marked, but I can't remember where we left off with, so I'll have to look. But if we aren't at 180, we're definitely close because we were 170 something for the year. Well, let's look really fast because I want to mark now. Okay, so the B is not marked. Got 173, 171, 176. 176 might be the starting point. 175, 174, 172. Okay, 176. One 77, 78, 79, 180. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Um, no. I haven't used any of the pigments on this besides the base coat. The rest has just been acrylic paint. I have so much stuff to put resin on. I can't wait for my resin to get here. All the ornaments that we did last week. And there's like 1 or 2 coasters. Yes. This one is number 180, which is easy. That's easy to remember. So I'll have to write it on the back, but at least we'll remember this one. I hope anyways. So I have converted some old show display peg rack walls that used to have like feet on them, like standing peg rack boards. I took the feet off and I leaned them against my wall and pushed like some tables up against it. They're very heavy, so it's not going to move. So I have so I don't have 180 because I've sold some. I'm just taking a count. But all of my ornaments, they live here. And then if I run out of room, they'll go up here. And then if I run out of room, I'll put them somewhere else. Yes. So, if I make my coffee, which typically I do, it's basically a Starbucks dupe for an iced vanilla latte. Um, I buy the vanilla syrup from Starbucks. They sell it, I think, in like a liter. They don't sell all the syrups, but they do sell the vanilla. So I have my coffee machine, my espresso machine, it grinds the bean and I can pull espresso shots because basically what their latte is just espresso shots and milk and some sweetener pretty much. So I fill my cup up with ice and I do 4 or 5 shots. It just kind of depends. And I put the vanilla in there and then my shots, and then I do milk. I use Fairlife. And then I do a little splash of like cinnamon roll creamer because I'm a huge fan of pumpkin spice, but they don't have it year round. So the cinnamon roll kind of gives me a little bit of that pumpkin spice-esque flavor and it gets me by until the fall time. But if I go to 7 Brew, like today, Scott brought home coffee because I ran out of my coffee beans. I have to go to Sam's Club tomorrow. I get something that's called a sweet and salty. It's an iced latte, I guess. Um, and I don't really know exactly what's in it, but it's really good. Yeah, so if I do put them in a box, what I'll do is, so that's how I transport them for shows. So, like, you can either get, like, those ornament storage boxes, which I do have one of those, it just doesn't store enough for me. So I'll usually grab a giant box and, I'll, like, line it up with, like, packing paper, and then I'll put them all down, and then I'll do a layer of paper, and I'll set the other ones on top because the ornaments are very light. So, but with the resin ones, the wood ones, like, these, I think I'll probably put them in organza bags just to keep them nice. It's I just do like either 8 o'clock brand or Tim Horton whole beans because I'm not super picky. Yeah, what I really like about being able to make my coffee from home is that I can control the quality and I'm always getting what I expect versus, trusting someone at Starbucks and then they don't make my drink correctly and then I waste money. But yeah, I get like a big bag of whole beans because my machine doesn't take ground coffee since it grinds it itself, so I just get like a big bag at Sam's and that'll last me a while. Um So yeah, it's definitely cheaper. I mean, yeah, I have to buy the supplies every once in a while, but I mean, the espresso machine has paid itself off a long time ago. I think we didn't even get like a fancy one. I think we spent probably about 200 to 350-ish. I can't remember. And while that's a lot, it's not nearly as much as like a really, really, really nice machine. And I mean, Scott and I, we used to go to Starbucks every night. We spent 14 bucks a day at Starbucks. So if you do the math, that thing paid itself off already for sure. And I actually like my coffee better than Starbucks now. If I happen to go to Starbucks, if I get my drink, I'm usually disappointed. Exactly. It's very nice. And I got a little ice machine for Christmas from Scott's parents. We bought a new one at this point because our other one broke, but I make my own ice, which is nice. It sucks sometimes because the ice machine that I have, most of them don't like keep your ice cold. It just constantly like melts back in and then it like, refills. But it doesn't hold that much ice, so I have to keep like a little like Tupperware. Well, it's not that little, but I keep Tupperware in the freezer and I'll dump the basket of ice into that Tupperware and I'll keep it in the freezer so that I have enough ice for my coffee. So I just have to pay attention to the level of ice because sometimes that screws me over and I don't realize that I'm running out of ice and I can't make my coffee. So it took a little bit of getting used to, but once I figured it out, it's been great. Yeah, we don't have much freezer room, so like a little square Tupperware is pretty nice. It's probably like a 8 by 8 by like 3 or 4 little Tupperware container. Exactly, exactly. Um, for a while, like Scott was kind of saying, like, we need to get our own coffee machine, and I was like, no, it's not the same. I was very much against it for a long time. And then for like a couple months, I felt like every time we got our coffee, either one of us or both of us were like, oh, this sucks. And so I was getting frustrated because you guys know how friggin' hard I work and how long I work. I was getting frustrated because I'm like, I feel like we're just wasting money. And he was like, that's what I said. So eventually I was like, all right, yeah, let's get an espresso machine. Let's just do it. And yeah, we should have done it a long time ago, but I was being a little brat about it. I didn't think my coffee was going to taste good making it at home, but it's actually not that hard. So I have the bullet ice maker. I do love nugget ice, but I have the bullet ice maker because when I'm pouring my hot espresso shots over ice, it melts the little nuggets too fast, so I need like a little bit thicker of a cube. But yeah, I love nugget ice. What, the ice machines or the nugget ice? Honestly, like, it's such a money saver. Like we bought my sister an espresso machine one year, I think for her birthday. It was either birthday or Christmas. Um, that was my gift to her because I was like, "Bro, you need to stop going to Starbucks and stuff. Like you need to make your coffee at home. It's just so much better." Yeah. So we probably are due for a new espresso machine just because the one that we have, like I clean it pretty regularly, but there's definitely parts of the machine that you can't take apart. And I do my best to clean it, but like I know that there's some areas I'm not reaching, and the food safety person in me is like I cringe every time because I'm like, out of sight, out of mind. Hopefully there's no mold, but there probably is. I don't know. Hopefully not. But there's definitely areas that you literally can't break down and it's just forever up there. And I just can't help but think it's always kind of moist. They do, but like we like our start well, the so there's some really good Starbucks people at the one near our house, but um so one, like we feel bad taking it back because we like them. But also, like, I don't know, I don't wanna be that person that's constantly like, "This sucks," you know? So I have a special, like, solution that I use to deep clean it with, but it's a descaler, and that's basically you could either do that or the vinegar, um, and I do that every time the light comes on, but I still feel like just in that time between that deep cleaning and the next, I just feel like it's and maybe it's not, but I don't know. It kind of freaks me out a little bit and I try not to think about it too much because I remember back in the days of Chipotle, um we my store we taught ourselves a lot, because there were certain things that you'd have to put in a maintenance request for, like for certain cleanings, and we just got tired of waiting on the facilities dude to come, so we taught ourselves a lot, like the management team. And, like, basically, we called the dude and we were like, "Hey, can you come in one day and just teach us how to do, like, these few things without you? Because, like, we would like to do it more often than what you come." And he was like, "Yeah, sure." So, he taught us how to clean the ice machine, like, completely take it apart, and it was crazy how fast mold could grow, and we were super on top of it, but I remember the first time he came and taught us how to take it apart, we were all like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "But, like, we clean it every day." He goes, "Yeah, that's why I come and, do, like, the full reset every quarter." And I'm like, "No, no, no. We gotta do this more than once a quarter. Like, that's nasty." And it's just crazy how quickly mold can grow in a wet, dark environment. And don't even get me started on the pop machines. After running a restaurant and, like, knowing how to actually clean stuff, I just know that the effort that we put in all the time is not the effort that most places put in. So, I don't like going to a lot of places because 'cause I'm like, I can almost guarantee it t that those kids don't clean that right, you know what I mean? Basically, my restaurant was, like, the only place, like, I felt safe eating at. Oh, no, black screen? Do you guys Are you okay? Wait, Rosie, are you saying you can't see? Are you saying something else? Like, my restaurant was so good that the, food safety dude, would come and feed his kids. He was like, Your restaurant's one of the only places I'll come to," and I'm like, "I hate it when you come here, though, because I think you're gonna audit me." Oh, okay. Yeah, Shelby, you get it. Okay. We're gonna risk it. Don't do this early, but I just can't help myself. I wanna remove these stupid guidelines. I probably should wait a little longer, but I'm not gonna clear coat it. I'm just removing guidelines. I won't do that until tomorrow, but oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Yeah. Like, I was honored, that he felt he knew my restaurant ran well enough that he was, like, okay to eat there, but still. I wanna top coat those white dots. I just need to make sure it dries. Yeah, it's a coaster. Let's do purple. Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with this color palette. You really can't. It's just so nice all the time. It just needed to air dry just a tad. My sponge was not very wet, just damp enough to remove guidelines. Definitely not sopping wet. It's honestly like a very much favorite color palette of mine. I can't wait to top coat this tomorrow. It's gonna look so good. So good. I'm so excited. Not tomorrow. Sorry, I'm gonna wait until Friday, Thursday, so that we can see it together. I will wait for you guys, even though I don't want to. All right, it's 11:52. I guess we should start cleaning my tools, huh? I painted a lot today off camera, so I have not cleaned my tools yet today. They're a little grody. Remember, I'm still testing out rubbing alcohol. Um, I'm basically trying to put my branded tools through the ringer, and so far they've been totally fine. But I do recommend not to use rubbing alcohol if you can avoid it, but I'm doing it on purpose because I want to see if the tips come out, which they haven't yet. I also wanted to see if this started to come off, which also has not. I'm waiting for you guys. I figured you guys would like to see the magic happen in front of your eyes. I guess. I just can't help it, you know? I like to wipe the guidelines before 24 hours is up just because I want to see. It's like the the uh the notebook, except I did record that and post it later. So, all right, one tool down. This one I didn't really use yet. I mean, I have a lot of things to put resin on, so like I really don't have room for that to be ready for resin anyways. So, I know. So, I do like the square coasters, but I'm more of a fan of the circle. I don't know. But I grabbed 2 sets of 2 when I saw them at one of the Dollar Trees I was at. I passed them up a few times, but the last time I went, I was like, "Okay, fine. I guess I'll grab 2." But if you guys want me to add square coasters to the VIP section, I can. Currently, all I have are round, and honestly, I feel like those might be out of stock. I might need to restock them. I did. Yeah, I stared at them. They had what, the leaves and like the little hearts and stuff. I stared at them for a little bit. I picked them up and I was like, do I want to paint these? But then I was like, I didn't feel super inspired by them. Maybe eventually, but yeah, I passed them up. They didn't have them at my Dollar Tree, but the other one I went to did. And I was like, ooh, that's new. I've never seen those. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. You can clean your dowels with rubbing alcohol without a thought. That's definitely fine, but be careful with your ball points because it can compromise the integrity of like the glue holding the ball tip in. Man, no wonder my tools get dirty so fast. Like this is just a day. I should have cleaned them earlier because there's definitely some paint that's really stuck on there. Sorry, I'm being obnoxious. I need to refill my little spray bottle. Oh yeah, they're very fun. Hmm. Well, yeah, Dollar Tree might be one of the things that we have to take Paula to. I know, like Hobby Lobby, but we're gonna go regardless. Even though she's going tomorrow, we're gonna go again. And then I think she wants to go to Michael's, and I don't know what stores they're gonna hit while she's over with Stormy, but we'll fill in the blanks. I know the ghosts are so fun. Are they out of stock, or are you just saying that's on your wish list? Because there are certain sets, like the seasonal sets, we don't stock all year round, or not regularly at least. Ah, yes. A super Dollar Tree. Yeah, I know. I don't know if I will probably, if we do them, it'll probably be like before you guys all like arrive on Friday. Um, maybe. because I don't know really realistically how much shopping time we'll have. Like, I think maybe Friday night we might go to Hobby Lobby or Saturday, I don't remember, but we've got a lot planned, so it's gonna be hard to get shopping in. Um, so I was talking to Linda with a Y about it, and it seems like most people um are gonna eat breakfast at their hotel, which is fine, you know, they specifically chose those hotels because they have breakfast. But like maybe on maybe Sunday, a few of us can like meet up for IHOP for those people who don't want to um eat at their hotel, and then we'll just go over to the mall and go to the pottery place. Oh, do they? I didn't see those. But I saw that they had like vases and stuff too. Yeah, I know Heather would be down. She's like, hell yeah. Because there's an IHOP like pretty close to you guys. Instead of going to the original pancake house, like IHOP, I feel like is probably easier to reach. And then we can just go to the pottery place right after. So, all right, guys. Well, here's what we got done today. VIP happened, but we worked on these two things, which beautiful color palette, can't go wrong. So on Thursday, I'll wait to top coat these until you guys can watch me. So we'll be back on here on Thursday from 9:30 to midnight. So I don't know what else we're gonna do, but I'll at least see you guys. I'm off tomorrow, so I'll probably still be working, but I won't be live. So as usual, anyways. Thanks for hanging out with me. I am going to hop in the shower, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Goodbye.